good spring break. If you were able to get out of town, raise your hand. So if you work all week, raise your hand. What a good group. What a great group. All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Have motion second, we all need to turn our mics on. Okay, there we go.
Do we need to do it again then?
Yeah,
Everybody here?
we good. Vicky heard us. Okay. All right, minutes approved. Mr. Pons, you're up first.
All right, so this was continued from 2 weeks ago. This is that rezoning over in your district, Mr. Tyner, off Kicker Road, kind of area, or close to Kicker Road. This is at 202 25th Avenue Northeast. They're trying to rezone from R2 to R4, continued from February 20th. So it's that piece of property here. You can get the aerial. A lot of discussion on that connection point down on the bottom left-hand corner into First Street. Current zoning is R2. They are wanting to rezone from R2 to R4 to construct 26 townhome lots and 4 duplex lots. And then this was approved with the condition that the development connect to First Street Northeast if the traffic study analysis requires connectivity. And so we did receive that traffic study analysis, and Mr. Gardner's here to speak a little bit more on that.
Yes, sir. So the traffic analysis indicates that there's not a lot of merit to improving traffic flow with the connectivity to First Street.
So they.
Correct.
So no.
Correct. If you'll remember, I think in that meeting where I briefed y'all about this, I also had some concerns about left turn on 25th.
Yes, sir.
And how that could be accomplished with the railroad bridge. The traffic study also states that the amount of traffic volume does not warrant a left turn. So just to let y'all know that as well.
So let me be clear. So if they're rezoned, they won't be coming through the neighborhood.
They don't have to come through the neighborhood. I mean, the traffic study says having that second outlet is not warranted.
And I believe the developer didn't really want to have to do it in the first place, right?
Yeah, that's right. They had proposed a gate.
Well, let me ask you this, and Mr. Holmes, this may be more for you too. How can I'm for the project, and I've said that all along. I just didn't want them to come through and totally change the lives of those in Kennedy Park. So this study shows that they don't have to do it.
Not for normal everyday traffic.
So is there something that can be in the whatever we pass that would say that they won't build a road, they won't build an exit or exit?
That wouldn't need to be, and I'll let my experts over here correct me if I'm wrong. That wouldn't need to be in the rezoning tonight. That would be handled as part of further approvals by OCD and UD with LDP and the other, I guess probably the plat. Yes.
Yeah, I think we can address this in the permitting process of approving the construction documents. One of the other things that I mentioned was concern about site distance at that intersection that they're going to create. So that'll be a major component of the land development route review process, that they have analyzed that, and there are no site distance issues. As far as the connectivity, if they propose to do a cul-de-sac instead of connecting to First, we would look at that, and obviously the traffic report says that that's not necessary. The fire marshal needs to look at this and see if there needs to be an alternate means to get into this development, which could be accomplished a few ways where it doesn't look like connectivity, it doesn't look like a public road, but in an emergency vehicle could cross a grassed area to get in there if the road was blocked trying to get out on the 25th.
Because I just want to make, whether we put this off another week or two, whatever, I just want to make I can't support it if it's gonna come through there, you know, see what I'm saying? I just wanna make, and I'm glad the traffic analysis apparently showed that. It doesn't have to, cause I don't believe Mark and he wanted to have to come through there. So I don't think there's gonna be an issue, but I wanna, I'm kinda nervous about it too, voting until I can confidently tell the neighbors they will not be coming through your street.
So do you think we ought to put it off one more week?
Do we need a reason?
Yeah. Cause you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? And that would be hard.
Right.
So we can just maybe delay another week?
We don't believe you actually need to do that, Counselor. We think that this traffic report, based on that, they didn't want to do the connectivity. They were
No.
working to, one, if the report asked for it, and secondly, you know, it's always prudent to try to connect adjoining streets. There are conditions where it's not quite as important. So I think that we can handle this at the administrative level through planning and engineering.
Promise?
I promise.
Okay, I will leave you, because Lord of mercy, this is very important to me, you know, I know you understand that.
Yes,
It's very
sir.
important to the neighborhood.
Certainly.
Okay,
And
That all you had, Zach?
Yeah, there's a couple introductions, but that's it.
how was your spring break?
Just worked. Took a
Just
couple
worked?
days off, so that was good.
Okay, good. Make sure you get your rest. Okay, Virgil. Oh, Canyon Mill Roads project.
So we have two for y'all tonight. 2804 16th Street. This is a voluntary condemnation. Owner is aware and will not be here to contest.
What's the address again?
2804 16th Street.
You familiar, is that your district, Matthew, you familiar with it?
Yes, sir.
It's in one.
Okay,
All right. And the second one is
So
1214
a
Veterans
voluntary condemnation is
Memorial.
what?
I'm sorry?
A voluntary condemnation
Yes.
is what?
They assigned a petition for us to tear it down for them. We had them in property maintenance. They were looking at fixing it, just decided it wasn't worth fixing. So they just signed
So
a
does
voluntary.
somebody do that because they think we will have it torn down cheaper than they could have it torn down?
Not really.
Why would they do
It's
that?
just easier for them. One is they don't have to, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't have to come out of money, out of pocket right at the time that we complete it.
So who did takes?
They give them a little time to pay it back.
Oh, they got a time to pay.
are they
Yeah.
local?
Yes, they're local. And it was multiple siblings that owned that house, so they just decided it wasn't worth fixing it up.
Okay.
So, all right, so this one is 1214 Veterans Memorial Parkway. Now, this is the site where it was gonna be the car wash and oil change place.
Yeah,
And then they put that on the back burner for whatever reason. We've been trying to get them to secure these buildings up. They didn't, so we're bringing it to y'all to condemn. They are, once they found out we're coming to y'all, they're gonna get somebody on it, but we wanna go ahead and vote to condemn. That way, if something falls through, we're ready
It's
to go
terrible.
ahead and go.
it is
Where
terrible.
is that?
You know,
Right across from
where
Alabama
Morgenthau
One.
Cleaners used to be, the big American flag on Veterans Parkway.
Yep.
A whole bunch
Right,
of
right by there, those apartments.
Crossing Alabama one, right?
Yeah, right across from Alabama One Credit Union.
Um,
We've had a bad problem with squatters.
Who, does somebody local own it?
No, they're not local. I can't remember where they're from. I think Texas, if I'm not mistaken, but
yeah, I definitely think we should go ahead and condemn.
they're actually gonna demo both parcels there. The other one is secured up and has been, but they're gonna go ahead and demo both of them. But we wanna just go ahead and get this one, condemn it. That way, if something falls through and they don't, we're ready to pull our guys in there and tear it down.
Gotcha.
So,
Is that all you have today?
That's all we've got today.
Thank you, Virgil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the mayor will not be here today or this evening. So we go to Miss Drake.
All right.
Good to see you.
You as well. Well, I had a special thanks to the mayor and to Councilman Lanier, but for all of you, the staff here that was committed to making the launch of Tuscaloosa's Business Opportunity Program a success, I say thank you. Just to tell you about it, it is tonight, the council is signing a proclamation for our coalition. It's in addition to the structure. It's known as IMPACT. IMPACT means Inclusive Multi-Industrial Partnership for Advancing Commerce in Tuscaloosa. Collectively, the coalition will channel each organization's expertise into strengthening and serving our diverse business community. Members of IMPACT will work to break down barriers to economic prosperity, coordinate, advocate, educate for, on behalf of Tuscaloosa's diverse businesses, and impact Tuscaloosa's entrepreneurial landscape for years to come. So tonight, there will be a proclamation signed, and some of the members of the coalition will be there.
So when we say now, it's called what? It's no longer called Tuscaloosa Bills, right?
Right. It's called Tuscaloosa's Business Opportunity Program.
Okay.
And we had a celebration on last evening, and definitely there's a sign up. There's a requirement of a business license to do so, and we're looking for great things with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Where do people go if they want to, connect with you?
So there's a website coming right now. The original Tuscaloosa Bills page is up, but it'll be coming, Ashley.
It's up now. It's
Okay.
tbop.tuscaloosa.com. TBOP. For those of you who are Hanson fans, you can sing yourself a little song.
So
What's the song?
T-Bop.
You're gonna sit now.
Okay, Mr. Tyner just did.
all right, all right.
We've reached a new low.
Councilman,
You did a good job, even if it got away here.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Is that it?
Sounds great. Thank you, Caramel. Next time I'll charge. All right, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, sir, Mr. Tyner. Before I brief the agenda, we have a workman's comp settlement walkthrough with Mr. Woods.
All righty.
This is a environmental services employee was driving the recycle truck. He closed the door on his hand and mashed his finger. He had to have some surgery. It went well. 2% to the right arm or $748. So we will present that next week if there are no questions.
Thank you.
Back to work.
Is that
Sort of the tip of his finger.
took the tip of it?
Yep.
Oh. Is he back? Is he going?
He's back to work.
Back to work. Bless his heart. Okay. Thank you, Jimbo.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon. Okay.
My wife can tell you about getting her finger shut in the car door. She did that.
I know all about that.
I think she's just trying to get out bathing our 5-year-old. I am actually over on the front page today, where on page 5 we have unfinished business, where you will be authorizing a professional services agreement with Duncan Coker Associates for professional engineering and related services for Veterans Memorial Parkway pedestrian bridge. This is a demolition project. Total of $217,300, and this came to you in projects on February 27th. I believe, Mr. Tyner, you plan to ask to withdraw this and send it back to committee tonight.
Yes, sir.
Then you'll skip down over the 2 items that Virgil presented for you. And on page 17, you'll be having the first 3 public meetings to approve the renaming of 18th Avenue East to Permacetti Avenue. This is between 13th Street East and Veterans Memorial Parkway. This came out of Public Safety on February 27th. On page 18, you'll be authorizing the Chief of Police to execute a memorandum of understanding with the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office. On page 19, you'll be approving job class specifications for various city departments. This came to you in admin on March 5th. On page 20, you'll be authorizing permissive use agreement with Party Down LLC, DBA Casual Class Bar Services. This came to you in projects on March the 5th. On page 21, you'll be authorizing the Second Amendment to the resolution previously adopted by the City Council on February the 7th, 2023, entitled Resolution Approving an Application for a Permit to Construct a Pier for Commercial Use. This is the Captain's Cabin Pier, I believe, that was presented to you in projects on the 27th. On page 22, you'll be authorizing a professional services contract with Garner & Associates. This is for engineering for the Sokol Park North lighting project. This is a total not to exceed $30,000 and was presented to you in projects. On page 23, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with the Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction Company. This is a total of $44,835 and came to you on March the 5th in projects. On page 24, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with IATSE local number 78. This for $7,568.80 and came to you in projects on the 5th. On page 25, you'll be authorizing disbursement from District 7 improvement funds for Paul Bryant High School and Housing Authority of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is a total of $2,000 and came through finance on the 5th. On page 26, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Indian Rivers Behavioral Health for Municipal Mental Health Court. This came to you in admin on the 5th. On pages 27 and 28, you'll be authorizing the First Amendment to Task Order Directive Number 2 to the master agreement with Barge Design Solutions for professional design services for Snow Hinton Park renovation phase 1. This is a total amended compensation of $534,270 and it was presented to you in projects on the 5th. On page 25, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, and services.
25,
On page 29, I'm sorry. You'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, and services, a total of $2,720, and is a budgeted purchase that comes to you from purchasing. On page 30, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, services from C-Spire. This is a total of $45,988.44, and again, this is a budgeted purchase that comes to you from purchasing. On page 31, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, services, a total of $25,933.84. And again, this is a budgeted purchase from purchasing. On page 32, you'll be introducing zoning amendment number 1523, rezoning approximately 3.3 acres located at 9601 Highway 69 South from R1 to BN. This came from the Planning Commission. On page 33 through 35, you'll be annexing approximately 1.58 acres located at 11201 Watermelon Road to the corporate limits of the city of Tuscaloosa. This came from the Planning Commission as well. On page 36, you'll be amending exhibits A and B of section 19-42 of the Code of Tuscaloosa regarding various city departments. This came to you in admin on the 5th. On page 37 through 53, you'll be amending chapters 13, 16, and 9 of the Code of Tuscaloosa. This was presented to you on admin on February the 6th, and I think subsequently 1 or 2 times. This is the environmental services provisions that Mr. Cheshire from my office and Chris Meggs presented a couple times.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Go backwards. The 2 zoning amendments that came from P&Z,
Yes.
are we gonna have a presentation on that tonight, or have we had one?
Excuse me, the first one is just for introduction. The second one can be adopted tonight, so I presume you had a presentation about it.
do, yeah.
Tonight, okay.
I've got some slides if you want to go through real quick.
I would like to.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. And for the first one, talk a little about what we're doing with that one too, the zoning amendment.
Okay, so the first one is just setting the public hearing date,
Okay,
introduction, and then setting a public hearing date for that one. So I'll give you a more in-depth
tonight?
review on that one, not tonight,
Or, okay,
no.
that's fine.
But the
Well, I know
second,
it says in the back it's just to set the date for adoption, right?
Yes, sir.
You're introducing it, okay.
but the annexation, so this is just a single-family home that's being annexed north of Watermelon. If I could get the slides for that. Or if you can, sorry. I've got it in mind.
Is that over the Spillways Act?
It is, it's pretty far north.
Like coming in because of schools?
They are, Yes, sir. Yeah, so this is the location, pretty far north on Old Watermelon Road, north of North River Yacht Club, pretty substantially up there in between the two lakes.
Oh, back up one, please.
Okay. Really, the only thing they're doing is just annexing a small home in order to get into city schools. They're not getting on city services or anything like that. It's just for city schools. And they know very well that they cannot come back. They cannot get out of the city once
This
they're
is
in.
like
Yes,
Hotel California.
That's
You
right.
check in, but you can't leave.
Yes, sir.
They understand that. They do sign something that says,
Yes, sir.
we understand we're not coming back out. Okay.
All right.
I believe I am on page 54. We'll be appointing Marty Hamner to the ZBA. And on page 55, where you will be appointing members.
55,
I'm sorry, what's that?
we're on
55. I'm sorry, I
55.
can't breathe through all the pollen, so I may not be speaking as clearly as I try. You'll be appointing members as delegates for the Alabama League of Municipalities annual business meeting. On page 56, you'll be adopting amendment number 9 to the FY24 general fund budget. This came to you in finance on the 5th. And on page 57, you will be setting April 6th as the date for the public hearing on the first zoning amendment that Mr. Pons mentioned to you. Any questions for me?
Any questions, Scott?
Thank you, Council.
Okay, projects 2:30, finance 3:15, admin at 4, community development at 5. Mr. Lanier, Councilor Lanier said, I think he will be here at 6, but he is missing the committee meeting, so we'll check and see who's on the CDC. I think I am.
I am too,
Okay,
as an alternate.
yep, all righty. Personnel Board meets at 11, Thursday, ZBA on Monday, 5 o'clock, special call framework. Wednesday, the 27th, and Thursday, March 28th, TPD Strategic Review Task Force at the police headquarters. Counselor Busby, would you like to say something about your gauntlet Saturday?
Oh, I'm showing films at the council meeting.
Oh, okay, well, good. That's a reason to tune in.
Hey, on admin and policy, is Cassius gonna be out? Is Raven gonna be here?
Don't
So are
think
y'all gonna run it with just you two?
Yeah.
I guess. It's nothing too exciting.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. Anyone else have anything to bring before the committee? All right, is there a motion we adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second adjourned, all in favor say aye.